So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is going to be some information that we're going to share for about 5 to 6 weeks on the course area of YouTube. And many people are having experiences, not understanding delays and setbacks concerning the universal timing. It's not easy as I've spoke with others about. So I said, let me do something here that's going to help us to kind of open our minds and not stay in the box. So this week is about the sacred journey, unraveling things and laying down the false self. The false self is the self that we have been and who we are. We're authentic individuals spiritually, if you believe that. And what we're moving into is embracing that authenticity. I have had individuals question, what the universe is doing, what God is doing. And I've had my own conversations saying, how can we keep the light when we're not getting answers from within? And many of us meditate. Many of us we practice spiritually every day. We're trying to move forward, yet it feels like for many of us that we are not being supported by our guides. And light workers before us have experienced this. How do we keep from falling? Well, let's just go through this journey the next couple of weeks and just share true thoughts, not saying, oh, what if I say this? How will God feel? God is who we are. Inside of us, God lives and God is as well. And so we are individuals evolving, but we need answers from the universe. We don't need answers from others. So we continue to meditate. Okay, so in this first module, what we're honoring is a sacred pause. I even did a letter. I wrote a letter and I asked God not to expect anything else from me until the universe showed up for me, because many of us have planted seeds and we have not seen them come to pass. Now, it's not that I doubt God, but I'm feeling like Gideon. And about three weeks ago, I kept hearing Gideon's name. It could have been also into September, but this is a fleecing. It is. However, in the universe, we do have the planetary players such as Saturn and Pisces or Neptune, Venus, and all of them. And they're playing a part to help us, which can be confusing to individuals. So let's move forward with the information, and you'll find the course where you can journal on your own on YouTube's area of my channel. Which is it says course. All right. So we're honoring a sacred pause. If you could bring yourself to a place to pause and say, what's really going on at this time in my life? I pause so that I can get some inspiration, or so that I can understand better, and I become quiet. So it's time to release the performance. That's what happens. I'm not telling anyone to quit their job, but some of us are overworked, and we have lived in a paradigm of being slaves, and we're moving out of, conventional type of things with work. And that means that as we see the situations around the world, it's showing us that we are creators and we need to look at how we can create. But before you do that, you want to take a pause, especially if you're frustrated and overworked and you feel like your mind has been overthinking. So it's time to stop proving, fixing, or striving. Time to come home to yourself, right? This week is not about doing more, it's about letting go. Letting go of the identities we've outgrown, the masks we've worn to feel safe or accepted, and the roles that we've kept trapped in cycles of overgiving, overworking, and overexplaining. You don't owe anyone an explanation. What we owe is to anyone or even the universe is respect. But we also are told that if we give respect, we will receive respect. Some of this is out of context. It's out of line. It's not happening. And people are saying, well, I have changed, but things have not changed for me, right? Don't stop giving what you expect. Speak to the universe, speak to the God or goddess that you believe in, because we're putting pressure on heaven. I'm not kidding to say that, listen, some of these laws are not fitting for people that are changing. They can lose their traction. They can lose themselves in what's happening going on in the world simply because there is so much chaos and people that you meet are unsettled, and they and their energy can drain you, just the energy, right? So this is not about doing more. It's about letting go. What we're explaining is about letting go of identities. It's about letting go of what you used to do to prove yourself to others, and find yourself in a place where others can do and receive. I mean, others can do for you. Others can be there for you. It could take time, but this is the time that you actually put in your initial meditation. If you chant, you chant. If you pray, then you pray. This is a time that we could come together and say, okay, we've come together in different places and we begin to pray and acknowledge that we are disappointed about some things, that even prophecies didn't come to pass. You know, I've talked to individuals again, and I don't believe that things are failing, but I think that we need another level of understanding and the universal laws to be about the light workers as well, that we should not be going through martyrdom and suffering at this time. So we're not just letting go, we're witnessing what has held us, what shaped us, and what no longer serves us. This is a sacred shedding. I don't believe in martyrdom. I don't believe that suffering should be a model. This is the suffering. It cannot compare to the glory of God. We want to see the glory of God, especially when you know within your Noah that you have been doing everything that you can. So your focus is going to be on pausing. What does pause mean? Define it. Where rest becomes revolution and silence becomes a space for your true self to re-emerge. There has to be silence within us internally. The mind must slow down, and many people will say, well, how do I do that? Well, you can, purchase a one-to-one session with me, and I can teach you that, even according to your astrology chart. You'll be guided through the information in that what I give you. We want to focus on reflective journaling. Journaling, it can set you free because you're writing things away and you're going to write things in. Who have I been performing for? Is it for you, or is it for people? Is it your family? Is it because you owe debt? We can look at all of that and give a remedy. A remedy is necessary. Like, it's not, Deuteronomy 8:18, it says it's God that gives us the power to obtain wealth. It does not change, but if there's something that the spirit realm wants us to change, if we are evolving spiritually, there might be a new spiritual teaching that we need to look at. You can write a soul letter to your former self, and your former self bidding it, I love you, and a release. And that the beautiful thing about that is that it must be released, for daily, we change. Paul said he had a thorn in his side. We know that old wine cannot go into a new bottle. So we must release that old wine if we're new bottles, right? And all of this starts internally. So what I want you guys to do is go to the area of my channel where it says course, go over it and begin to journal. I'm going to try and upload something every day on this to keep us focused on where we're going rather than where we've been and who we've been with, because there's good things that are sitting in the heavenlies for us, and we need to release things in the pause so that we can reach for what belongs to us. Now, you guys have a wonderful day. All of this aligns with your sun, moon, and rising. It does. I'll have some courses coming up again for that. I have one that I did Sunday with a group of people, and eventually I'm going to upload it, but I saw a need for the space of internal thinking to be clear so that your internal pause can come. Your pause is where things stop all around you in the material world, and you begin to focus on your spiritual world, because that's where your vision, your imagery becomes powerful, and you become a manifester. So thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for being a part of the channel. Let me know what you get out of this. All right, blessings. Bye bye.